Hey everybody, welcome back to your next Read Aloud. Today we're going to talk about an insect that makes something that some of you might enjoy. Can any of you think of a type of food that you can eat that's made by an insect? Take a moment and think about it. What food do you eat that you probably enjoy the taste of that's made by an insect? If you guessed honey, you were right. Bees make honey. And I love honey. And we're going to read a little more about how that happens in this book right here. It's called In the Trees, Honey Bees, and it's written by Mortensen and illustrated by Cris Arbo. And this was an outstanding science book award winner. Let's get started. This is a great shot of the bark of a tree, and there's the hole where the hive has been created. You can see the honeycomb right there. Morning light, warm and bright, in the trees, honeybees. Blossoms out, dancing scout. We'll learn later about how the bees do a dance to tell one another where to go to find the blossoms. Many wild honeybees live in hollow tree trunks. When sun warms the air, honeybees search for flowers and blooms. After a scout finds flowers rich with nectar and pollen, it returns to the hive and tells the others where to find them by doing a woggle dance. Sisters fly through the sky. Soon thousands of honeybees leave the hive to find the blossoms. These honeybees are called worker bees. They are all sisters, girls, each and every one of them. Nectar sweet, pollen treat. Worker bees collect nectar and pollen to feed the colony. As they fly from blossom to blossom, the bees drink the sweet nectar and collect powdery pollen on their legs. Their back legs are kind of hairy and they collect the pollen. Harvest home, honeycomb. When the bees are loaded with nectar and pollen, they fly back to the hive. There, other worker bees receive the nectar and pollen and store them in wax honeycomb cells. These are cells. Do you see their shape? How many sides are on each shape there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's called a hexagon. Can you believe they make these perfect hexagon shapes? How do they know to do that? This is a mystery to me. Feed and clean, precious queen. An average colony has 15,000 to 50,000 worker bees. But there is only one queen. Worker bees take care of her so she can lay the eggs that will become new members of the colony. Colony. That was one of our vocabulary words. Lots of food, hungry brood. 3 days after the queen lays an egg, it hatches into a hungry larva. Nurse bees feed it a rich supply of food from glands in their heads. During its larva stage, nurse bees feed it more than 100,000 times. Wow. And nurse bees to boot. Look at that. Water drips, sip, sip, sip. Too much eat. Thousands beat. Honeybees collect water 2. When temperatures climb, thousands of bees fan their wings. The evaporating water cools the hive. I never knew that. Bear attack, sting and smack. Guard bees protect the colony. When an intruder tries to get in, the guard bees drive it away and sting. Wasps, moths, skunks, and bears are just a few of their enemies. Shape the wax, seal the cracks. Honeybees build their combs out of wax. Young worker bees secrete wax flakes from special glands under their bodies. They use their mouths and front legs to shape the soft wax into a honeycomb. Honeybees also gather sticky sap from trees. They use it to coat the inside of the hollow tree and seal holes and cracks. It's called bee glue or propolis. Aren't they clever? They've got all this figured out. Gather more winter store. To prepare for cold months of winter, honeybees make as much honey as they can during the spring and the summer. A colony will need about 30 to 60 pounds of honey to survive the winter when the flowers are gone. Did you get that? 30 to 60 pounds of honey. Fading light, homing flight. As the sun sets, the air cools and the blossoms close. Workers fly back to their hive for food, warmth, and shelter with the rest of the colony. Chilly night, cluster tight. To stay warm during chilly nights, honeybees cluster together and buzz until morning light, warm and bright. In the trees, honeybees. Buzz. And here's some cool facts at the back of this really great book. I love this book! We learned so much. Next Read Aloud will be another bee book. Thank you for joining me. There's more to learn. I love you guys. Bye!